What's up YouTube, it's Texas Backyard Gardener, and in this video I want to kind of take a look at how our tomato clones are going. About 15 days ago I clipped off some suckers off my beefsteak tomato in the backyard. That's the only tomato plant that wasn't diseased and was actually producing new growth, a ton of new growth now. But we took these clippings off right here, and you know we've kept them watered. That's really the main thing, is keeping them watered. Because they were clippings and clones, they didn't have a root system, so it was important to give them enough water to where they could uptake through this main stalk and provide the plant with at least water. I haven't really did any. Well, I take that back. The only fertilizer that I used on here was a really diluted fish fertilizer, the 511 fertilizer, and I literally put like a teaspoon in a 16-ounce bottle of water, and I shook it up. It was really diluted because I wanted the growth to explode a little bit, so I gave it some nitrogen. That was, you know, the 511, the fish fertilizer, and I soaked this plant and I soaked this one right here. So both of these came off the same cutting. It's been 15 days. I don't know what the root ball looks like. I've been keeping them moist. I've been bottom feeding them. Oh, this one soaked up all the water. But I've got two holes in the bottom of these, two slits, and I don't know if you can see the slits in there. But I've got two slits in the bottom of these cups, and then I just fill this up with water, you know, probably about that much, and then I just, this will actually float a little bit until it soaks up all the water, and then it sits right on down. So that's what I've been doing with these. This one actually has a little bit of water left in it, and this is dripping, as you can see, so I've watered it. What I have noticed is this plant right here, after I fertilized it with the fish fertilizer, I noticed this right here. The tip was starting to yellow right there and right there. So I don't know if maybe the nitrogen was too heavy for this, and it could have been, but you know, trial and error. But I have noticed that I've got a new sucker growing right here. I don't know if you can see that sucker that's right there in the armpit. I've got some new growth up through here, and I've got this little bitty leaf trying to grow out from the bottom right down there. So that's new, and it's gotten taller. On this one, I haven't seen too much height growth, but it has gotten a little bit bigger, but not by much. But I have noticed this little sucker starting to form right here, this little leaf right here. So it's not dead, but what I want to do is see if it started any roots, what the root structure looks like 15 days out. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to slide this out of this cup and be able to put it back in as gently as possible. So let's take a look at this one first. I don't want to disturb it, but I definitely want to see if it's provided any type of roots. Look at that. The root structure has started. That's amazing. And those roots look super healthy. So the cloning is working. It is starting to get tied up around here, but that's okay because it hasn't filled the rest of this out yet. I'm probably going to leave it in here for about another week, and then is what I'll do is I'm going to try to liven up those grow bags back there. I really like the grow bags. I don't want to make, sorry. I don't want to make the video about the grow bags, but I want to kind of revitalize those grow bags and see what this does. Now, our first frost date here in zone 8A is November 20th. So we're only 3 days. Monday will be the 31st. Tuesday will be September 1st. So September, October, November 20th. We've got about 2 months and 3 weeks left until our first frost date. So the chances of these doing anything is really, really slim. But this experiment was to see if I could get these suckers to root. And lo and behold, I was able to. So I kind of just want to see how big I can grow these things before the first frost. Like I said, I'm not anticipating any fruit. So let's see what this one's doing. I'm expecting this one to be a lot more root. I'm expecting this one to have a lot more root system in it because it's gotten a lot bigger and it's really, really growing. So let's take a look. And hey, again, this is the first time I'm seeing this. So we haven't looked at these for 15 days. So, oh wow, look at that. Look at that root system. It is beautiful. It's white. It looks like silky hairs. That's exactly how you want this to be. So this is going real good. I bet you in about a week, both of these will be ready to be replanted. So I'm going to put these back in here. So it works. What does that tell me? Well, it tells me that I can root suckers. I can create a whole new plant. And it also tells me if I can start a mother plant from seed, I actually may be able to keep this plant alive until next year. That may be something that I try to do. I don't know. But is what I'm going to have to do though is when I get ready to replant this, I'm going to have to cut this off, this branch off, and I'm going to cut this branch off right here, and I'm going to bury it all the way up to about right here because I want it to push out as many roots as possible, and I want it to be super, super strong. So when I replant this thing, I'm going to set it in there like this because this stem, I want it to stand straight up. So this will give me more roots here and more roots there and force all the roots out. So this experiment for cloning and rooting new tomato plants, from a root perspective and for it to actually grow roots, was a success. Whether or not it will grow into a whole nother new plant and be healthy, that still remains to be seen. But if this sucker has roots, if the plant has roots and the roots are healthy, I don't see any reason why this plant and this plant can't grow into a healthy plant. Especially right here. It's got this little one's got this sucker that's pushing up. So this will grow into a whole nother plant. So it could be a single stem plant because I don't think these two are growing unless there's a sucker that's going to grow in between here. So anyway, I think it's a success. This is not going to be the last video. I did the first video for the cloning experiment. This will be the second one. The third one will be me replanting these in about a week to look at the root ball again and how I plant them. And I may try to keep these two plants alive. I've actually been setting them out here in the sun, trying to harden them off. But maybe I just keep them alive through the winter, through next year, and see if I can create a mother plant out of these and just keep them growing and alive, not forcing bloom or anything like that. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm going to go out in the backyard and I'm going to water my beefsteak tomato with some water and some Epsom salt. Epsom salt is awesome. It gives it a really good source of magnesium. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you learned something from the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't learn anything and you already knew this and you already knew what was going to happen, that's okay too. If you still like my video, give me a thumbs up. So again, comment, rate, subscribe, and until next time, peace. All right, let's keep